What's up, nerds? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast where we dive deep into all things nerdy. I'm Naseen, joined by.
What's up? It's Chris.
Yo, it's Josh Man.
We're on episode 4, Conspiracy Corner. So we got a pretty cool show lined up for you guys today. We're diving into some conspiracies. We're talking about some recent gaming adventures, and we're spilling the beans on what we snagged or wish we snagged during the Black Friday sales. But before we jump into the madness, quick shout out to you guys, our awesome listeners. Thanks for being here with us. So, nerds, it's time to dive into the world of conspiracies. You know, the stuff that makes you question everything. Who wants to go first?
You do.
I do?
Yes,
Okay.
you.
All right. Well, my conspiracy that I chose to talk about is the simulation theory. Have you guys ever heard of the simulation theory?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I
kind of like one of the most fascinating theories to me, besides for like Hollow Earth and Flat Earth
Bro, that
and
one's
all
mine.
that. I mean, those ones are I mean, Flat Earth is, I wouldn't say that one's so fascinating.
Flat
it's more
Earth is
fascinating.
hilarious.
It's more fascinating to listen to the idiots talk about it. But
You said it.
simulation theory is really fascinating. So, have you ever wondered if we're living in a simulation?
It exists
Like
now
the
only as part of a
Matrix?
neural interactive simulation.
Everybody loves the Matrix.
Yep.
So, back in 2003, a Swedish philosopher named Nick Bostrom, he kind of floated the idea that the future mega computers could be running detailed simulations of their ancestors and like us. So basically, it's like we're characters in a video game created with artificial consciousness. And some people wonder who the programmer would be then.
Dude, that's a good question.
Is it a godlike figure, or is it a teenager just like casually running universes in the background, like the Fat WoW player in South Park?
I've thought about this. My take on this is the simulation is actually taking place way, way, way in the future where something has gone horribly fucking wrong on planet Earth. And the only way they can figure out how to solve this problem is by running this massive simulation, hoping that during the simulation, the answer will, show itself.
That's a really good point, and that's kind of what I lean towards too. Like it's either just a big game, like we play The Sims, and it's just all fun, like we create ourselves in it, and or our neighbors and our friends, or just fake little worlds, and sometimes
I gotta be honest, whoever's playing that fucking game is playing a real boring fucking game.
I'm saying, like, sometimes we do really horrible things to our Sims, and sometimes we play it nice. And I mean, everybody plays things differently, and maybe it's like a different type of game where you're controlled by more than one person. It's not a multiplayer game, and I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
We're inside a computer program.
Is it really so hard to believe?
So the fuckface Elon Musk, the guy who's both a genius and kind of out there, he thinks the odds that we're not in a simulation are 1 in a billion. He's not the only one who thinks that. A lot of like big wigs, smart, big brain, 10 heads, they all kind of think that.
Yep.
Like the odds are pretty. I mean, what can you base the odds off of, really? You can't say that we're not in it, you know? So if you think about it, 40 years ago, we had Pong. And now we're in a world of photorealistic 3D simulations. So just think of how far we've come in 40 years with video games. and where we're going to be in another 40 years or even 10 years. Think of 100 years from now. Like I can't even think of what it could be, like how it could improve. We used to like when I was a kid and watching like Pee-wee's Playhouse and and he'd have like the video phone. I thought that was the most outrageous thing. It was like so fucking cool. I thought I wish we could have something like this. And now we all fucking carry it around in our pockets.
Can I do a fun fact? You mentioned Pee Wee's Playhouse, and
Sure.
we're kind of talking about the Matrix a little bit. Morpheus he's an actor in Pee
Oh
Wee's
my
Playhouse.
god. Yeah.
It's all connected, brother.
It's all connected.
He's the
for
mailman,
real.
I think.
I think so.
Was he the mailman?
Yeah, Lawrence
I think
Fishburne.
so. But
What
that's what I'm
is real?
saying. Like, it's just crazy. And you think of like Star Trek and things like that, like all these sci-fi things like the Jetsons and they're flying around on jetpacks. Like we fucking have jetpacks now. These things that we thought were just made up like fantasy type things are all coming to
Impractical, but yes, we have them.
be. But who's to say what they're going to be like in 40 years? They could be very
Mm.
practical. We could all be like the Jetsons. We all have robots. Think of, I remember watching the movie Smart House when I was a kid on Disney, and the house was controlled by voice activate. You could tell it to do all these things. That's what we do now. Vacuum the floor, turn on the TV, turn off the lights. Like we have the power to do all of that stuff. When that was like, nobody would ever think that we would be able to do that kind of stuff now, back then. But moving on to the next part of my simulation theory, this part, this part I really enjoy because if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. So you guys know what the Mandela effect is, right?
Of
Everybody.
course.
Yes.
So
I
that
have not
kinda-
been affected by it but once.
well, we all collectively misremember things. Basically, that's what the Mandela effect is. And it gets its name from Nelson Mandela. A lot of people think that he died in like the 1980s in prison, but that man didn't die until 2013. So
And
I
not in
really don't.
prison.
Yeah. So the Bernstein Bears, it's really the Bernstein Bears. It's
I've
like a
always remembered them as Spain.
well, good for you. You're just special. It's like a glitch in the matrix. So it's like think of it as an update in the software. When the software updates, then everybody
Okay.
is then updated to be like this is how it is now. But we all kind of have like this little memory sometimes, or like a deja vu is like what it was before the update. It's like a little hiccup in the computer. I don't know. That's just it's kind of neat. And so I have some examples of some. Let's see if any of them get you guys. So Chris, you're probably not familiar with this, but Josh, the Britney Spears "Oops, I Did It Again" video. Do you remember
Mhm.
her wearing a microphone headset when she was dancing?
No.
Oh my God, you're just stupid.
I don't either.
No, honestly, I don't remember her wearing it.
I mean, I didn't study the video or anything, but
Okay, well, I guess you guys just got the full update.
I got the patch, brother.
You
We
got
got the patch.
So what about Jiffy peanut butter?
Bro, it's Jif. What
It's
are you
always
talking
been
about?
Jif.
You don't ever remember it being
No.
called like
No,
Jiffy.
I remember Skippy.
No,
or
Jiffy
Skip.
was the corn stuff for the.
The
that was
corn
Jiffy.
stuff? You mean Jiffy
Yeah,
Pop?
the cornbread. No, Jiffy
No,
was
the
the
Oh,
cornbread.
yeah, in the
cornbread.
blue box.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's the only thing I remember being Jiffy.
We got the update.
Okay. What about Looney Tunes? How do you spell it? How do you spell tunes?
TOONS.
TUNES. Looney Tunes.
Well, Josh got the update. Chris, you did not.
I rejected that update. It's a piece of shit. It didn't go through beta properly.
It is TUNES and not tunes like cartoons, like you would think. Did Curious George ever have a tail?
No.
I never watched Curious George and I never read the books. So this one it doesn't affect me because I don't know because I never did anything with that. So I can't be a part of that.
He did not have a tail,
I
apparently.
loved Curious George. I would never miss that detail.
Okay, so how about this one? Febreze. Does it have 2 E's or 1 E?
Shit. I don't know.
I've always remembered it with 2.
I'm
So
going to
that
say
if
1E,
it's got 1,
ZE.
if it's got 1, then I'm affected. But I've always remembered it with 2, like FEBREEZE is how I
Yeah.
remember it.
It has 1 E.
Ha! Suck it!
Okay, here's one that really this one got me today when I was doing the research. I had never heard this one and I was shocked. How do you spell Skechers?
SKETCHERS.
SKECHERS.
There's
Or
no
it could be a
T.
Z
I
and
didn't say
E.
T.
And
Yes,
Did
you
I?
Yeah.
Well,
yes,
fuck me.
you did.
There's
You did
no
say
T
T.
in the name of the shoe Skechers.
And the
Does the
only reason why I
Monopoly
know that is because I just bought Skechers not too long ago.
does the Monopoly man have a monocle?
No.
Do you
No,
remember him ever having a monocle?
No.
he did one time, but only when he was examining something on one of the cards. Is the only time he had a monocle. But he does
Hmm.
not generally have a monocle. But if you look
Okay.
at one of the chance cards, he does have a monocle, but only because he's trying to look at like the card. I think it was a tax card, if I remember correctly. But otherwise, no, he does not have a monocle.
Okay. Does Pikachu's tail have black on the tip?
Who knows? Who cares?
No, that I've never remembered it ever. I've always remembered. I thought it was black on the butt, like he had a black base, but it turns out it's a brown base. So maybe mine was that, but I never
Well,
remember it being
apparently
on the
he
tip.
has no color on his tail. It's all yellow. I have
What?
Wait, yellow is a color. What do you mean?
No,
I meant
like
there's no colored tip on it. It's all yellow.
What is real?
not even the base, like the whole thing.
Hold on, it's just shows the whole thing is all yellow.
Hmm.
What about Fruit of the Loom? Is there a cornucopia behind all that fruit?
No.
No,
don't
but I do remember
ever-
fan art. I've
No.
seen fan art where people have added it.
No fan art of
Who the
Fruit
fuck
of the
does
Loom.
fan art about underwear? What the fuck reality you living in, bro?
I'm not going to talk about why I saw this.
Yeah,
but
please
yes,
don't.
That...
Jesus.
Oh, hey, Venom.
Okay,
My
here's
cat
one
Venom
for
is
you,
fine.
babe. C3PO.
I already know what you're gonna say. He had an off-color
Yes.
leg. Okay, let's just
Yes,
be honest.
he did. It
If
was
you
silver.
think he was
had a silver
completely,
leg.
leg.
if you think he was completely gold in any of the movies except for the very last one, you're not a real fan. So fuck off.
Okay, Josh, this one's for you. Gandalf. What does he
Okay.
say? Does he say, "Run, you fools"?
No, he goes, "Fly, you fools." And the reason he says that is because of the Eagles. He was telling them to go with the Eagles, but they don't listen.
Josh
So
is a virgin.
I feel like I'm the only one who you guys got these patches and these updates, and I just have this strange deja vu of all these things.
I have an
actually
observation
being-
about the Mandela effect. In my opinion, and I could be totally wrong, there are two types of people in this world. Those who are hyper focused and pay ultra attention to things that don't matter, like the C3PO leg thing. And then people who just enjoy things and they're not hyper focused and they don't fucking inspect every part of everything. And I think that's who the Mandela effect nails.
Maybe the Mandela effect just nails people who don't pay attention at all.
or
like me.
those that are easily manipulated by others' thoughts and sayings.
Maybe that's kind of a good point. But I prefer to think of it as it's an update in the system of the simulation theory.
We're inside
Well,
a computer program.
Is it really so
I've
hard
heard
to
it.
believe?
Something similar to this, but it deals with CERN. But that's not my theory. But I just heard you
yes,
want to
yes,
say
yes.
something about the CERN and
I
this.
have
whole
as
matrix
well.
stuff.
What? What is this?
CERN,
Yeah.
that particle, like I
It's
don't really
over.
know what it is.
It's in Europe. It's huge. It's called CERN. It's about several hundred miles wide, and then they take a particle and accelerate it, and they make black holes with it, and they
So-
crash particles together, and they basically create mini suns, and sometimes they create mini black holes. And they say when this thing powered up is when the Mandela effects all started.
Yeah, every time they power it up, it seems like something big happens, like something strange. Like I swear, like the last time they powered it up, there was like, is that? I don't want to say it was COVID, but um, it was something else. Something else big
I
happened,
know what it
like
was.
right at the same time. What was
It's
it?
when I started to get gray hairs.
Oh God.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's the case with you then. I must have started too at the
So
same
it
time
was
because
a
I have a
big
full head.
unworldly event.
But
Well, that's all I have for mine.
I'll go next. And I only did a little bit of research because, well, I have a life. My favorite theory to explore, mostly because it's very interesting and very fun, and I'm not going to tell you if I believe in it or not, but it's Hollow Earth, also known
I've
as
heard this.
Hollow Earth. There's a legendary city in the middle of the Earth where the center is still warm and all the reptile people live. The city is called Agartha. Sometimes related to
haven't
the
heard
belief
that.
of Hollow Earth and is popular subject in the conspiracy community. It was still occasionally defended through the mid 19th century, but by this time it was part of the popular pseudoscience and no longer a scientific viable hypothesis. Now, I remember hearing a lot about this, and there was a podcast I listened to. I can't remember who it was from, a long, long time ago, and there was all kinds of information in this show. And when I went to research it today, I couldn't find any of it. All of the old stuff is gone. All I could find was newer shit, like from Instagram and stuff like that. It's kind of weird.
Mandela.
No, bro, it's the government. They're taking all the fucking real
It's the
information out.
Illuminati.
It's the elite lizard people.
Maybe CERN powered up. Deleted it.
Maybe.
The
Giant
Freemasons.
animals, beautiful forests, extraterrestrial technologies. This is all inside our planet, according to an Instagram post that claims the Earth is hollow and has a civilization living inside. Scientists once took claims like this seriously, according to Hollow Earth, a book by David Standish. I'm going to get this book. I want to read it.
I just watched something on Hollow
Chris?
Earth on TV. Was it the Y-Files?
Yeah, I turned it on the other night
Okay.
to do a
Okay,
little
okay.
bit of research. English astronomer Edmund Halley proposed to the Royal Society of London in the 1690s that the Earth consisted of nested spherical shells that spun in different directions and surrounded a central core. Halley thought the space between shells may have had luminous atmospheres that might have supported life. Okay, is that interesting?
Hmm.
American officer John Cleves Sims, I think that's how you pronounce it, expanded Halley's theory in the 1810s by claiming that these spheres could be accessed through holes in both poles. That would be the North and the South Pole, if you're stupid, didn't catch on. Even though advancing science has debunked those ideas, they survive online with conspiracy theorists who think it's a fun idea or they believe it's real. Elsewhere, believers propose that aliens, Vikings, ancient civilizations, and even Nazis escaping the Allied forces all live in this place.
Maybe that's where the giants went.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But how would they get through the holes? I don't know. Unless they just stay there. They also
You ever
claim
listen
that
to-
Adam and Eve from the Bible were banished from the inside of the earth to the outside, and the lost tribes of Israel migrated from the outside to the inside. The Instagram post also claimed, echoing Sims, that the Earth's interior could be reached through polar holes and that elites are trying to hide those entrances by manipulating polar satellite images and banning travel to Antarctica, which we all know is not true. Ever wonder where those recently discovered UFOs come from? Guys, anybody?
South Africa. I mean, in South America.
They come from inside the
Antarctica.
Earth. Duh. This
South
is one way
Africa.
that they monitor
I don't know
us.
why. I meant to say Antarctica and South Africa came out.
Two totally different places.
I know. One's warm and one's extremely cold.
But yes, yeah, they be coming out like on Skinwalker Ranch, they be coming out the mesa.
My other
There
favorite part
was.
about this whole theory. Go ahead, Josh.
I just wanted to say something about the hole that corroborates your conspiracy theory. Is that on Joe Rogan, I was watching him and he had somebody that was talking about in Antarctica about how he went down there and he was talking about how a pilot went to an area
Yeah,
where
I've
he
heard this.
found
Yeah.
a city down there that he flew into. And
Yeah, that
I
was
heard,
on the Wi-Files video.
oh, okay. So
No,
I
keep
must
going.
just that it was beautiful. And then I don't know if you said there's lizard people, but
We're
I
getting
think
to
so.
that.
they were trying to hide that. Okay, you're getting to that. Okay. So I have heard about this. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, this is where it gets really fun for me because I just think this is so fucking. It's either super creative or you're just an idiot. I don't know which one. The elite are a race of reptilian aliens known as the Anunnaki, who created humans as an experiment they still oversee today. Also, half of all humans are organic portals, soulless husks placed on Earth to keep real humans in line. They even warn that you might be an organic portal and not even know it. I fucking love this. You guys ever see the TV show V on NBC from the 80s?
No.
I've heard of V, but no, I haven't seen it. I think John's seen it, my friend.
Is John there right now?
John's right here, yes.
Ask him if he's seen it.
John, have you seen V? Not V for Vendetta, V from the 80s.
It was on
The
NBC.
Alien. It was on NBC. He doesn't remember, he says.
Okay, I
But
guess.
usually you ask about anything else, he's got like a knowledge library.
I guess I'm a turbo nerd. Let me read you a brief plot description of
I'm
the show
interested
because
now.
it was fucking fantastic. A race of aliens arrives on Earth in a fleet of 50 huge saucer-shaped motherships which hover over major cities across the world. They revealed themselves on the roof of the United Nations building in New York City, appearing human, but requiring special glasses to protect their eyes, having a distinctive resonance to their voice. Referred to as the visitors, they reach out in friendship, ostensibly seeking the help of humans to obtain chemicals and minerals needed to aid their ailing world, which is revealed to be a planet orbiting the star Sirius. In return, the visitors promise to share their advanced technology with humanity. The government of Earth accepts the arrangement, and the visitors, commanded by their leader John and his deputy Diana, begin to gain considerable influence with the human authorities. Turns out they're reptilians with human flesh suits who eat us and need to take over our planet for water and food. The food is us. Also, fun fact, Reptile's fatality in Mortal Kombat 2 was inspired by this show. If you remember, he peels off his face to reveal his lizard form and rips off the other guy's head with his tongue. It's awesome. The show scared the absolute fucking shit out of me as a kid, mostly due to the fact that the show's opening theme was particularly haunting to me. Also, the guy who played Freddy's in the show, and Freddy and I have a very long and horrifying history, but as they say, that's for another show. Famous real-world reptilians. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II.
She's dead.
Really?
Is she? Maybe she just went back to the center
Lizzie's
of
in
the
a box.
The Bush family. Powerful CEOs such as Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Global banking leaders. And even celebrities like Justin Bieber and Katy Perry.
It's Justin Bieber.
I could believe that one.
I can't see him being one, but Katy Perry, she's freaky enough that I could see her being a reptile.
Then I'm into reptiles. She's hot.
Justin Bieber's hot now, yes, but not her.
These reptiles are also believed to make up the Illuminati and can take on human forms by creating vibrations that give us the illusion that they are human. It seems like something that would be in a science fiction movie, but in reality, many people actually believe this.
You know, you guys should mix your theories together because a matrix theory and then a reptile theory.
There's all kinds of things about the Anunnaki and my favorite show that Chris hates. I wish he would just give it a chance. It's just theories.
The last surviving human city in the Matrix is inside of the Earth. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Called Zion.
Did you guys know that George Bush Sr. has blue eyes, according to many sites on the internet? Did you know that?
Okay.
Yeah, because I always remember seeing his
What is that?
photos with shockingly bright blue eyes.
So why can't he have blue eyes?
I'm going to get to it. Here we go. In a CNN interview he did alongside Bill Clinton, I believe this was in the early 90s, you can see his eyes are not blue, but a shade of green. You can see his right eye in the interview flicker multiple times. Is this video edited? Or is this just one case of reptilian caught off guard and unable to fully disguise 100% of his body? I'll let you decide. You can find the video on YouTube. I found multiple versions of it. It's older footage, so who knows? It doesn't look edited, but then again, it's older, so you really kind of can't tell. In closing, this is one of my favorite conspiracy theories. It's very fun to think about. There's so much more that goes into it, but this is only an hour-ish show, so I encourage you to seek out other podcasts such as Alien Theorist Theorizing, or the last podcast on the left has a really good episode on this. Make sure you tell them we sent you.
I tried to look this up and the first result is eyes have it. Experts say blinkers are losers.
Wow. So
Don't
yeah,
forget
that's
the
it for
blinker
me.
fluid.
That's funny. All right,
All
well,
right.
Josh, it's your turn.
I feel like mine sucked. All I did was read.
It was good. It's interesting
second.
stuff. George Bush has dark eyes. Wait, senior?
Senior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not junior.
According to a lot of,
Okay.
didn't list the sites, but a lot of sites online, it seemed pretty reputable. They list George Senior and Junior as having blue eyes, but I don't remember Junior having blue eyes.
No, I always thought he had like a darker color. Not quite brown, but more of a hazel. So you mentioned the Anunnaki, okay? My theory also has the Anunnaki in it. So everybody knows about the big hairy creature that hides in the woods named Bigfoot. So mine is about Bigfoot, and I actually was starting to think I was going to go the route of what's going on in Yellowstone. That could actually be its own little podcast. So I'll touch that right now. I was going to go towards to see what was going on in Yellowstone because people are being abducted. Some disappear without a trace. Some come back and claim that they were abducted by a hairy creature that smelled funny, that they were basically like kept in a cave. They were not allowed to leave, that these things were communicating with them. And there's just a bunch of stuff going on in Yellowstone. That's even more than that. I mean, things along with skinwalkers and things eating not only humans, but other animals just disappearing and dying for no reason.
How
But
did this come to anybody's attention if they were held hostage?
because I heard it off of a Joe Rogan podcast
Okay.
that they were talking about, and just like what we do, we just talk about stuff. And that's what they were doing, and somebody brought it up, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But now I'm gonna have to do that for another video. I mean, well, I guess this could be a video, but another podcast because now my theory is touching with the Anunnaki. So, uh, it starts from, let's see, it comes together from a few theories, but I actually wrote down what I was gonna say and I kind of went off script. So now I'm trying to read. So let's see. Basically, we all know we've all heard about the Anunnaki. Well, Zachariah Sitchin it wrote about the Sumerians and the Anunnaki and everything, and the Anunnaki are an alien race that live on a planet called Nibiru that orbits our sun. So really, they're from our solar system. They just happen to be on this planet Nibiru, which Star Trek, I believe it was the third one, the third Star Trek with Chris Pine. They actually were on the planet Nibiru. They just brought it into the Star Trek universe. I
Wait a
thought that was
second.
kind of cool.
Star Trek 3 is
Yeah.
the search for Spock, brother.
No. The third Star Trek with Chris Pine, I said. Chris Pine is Kirk.
I know, I was being a dick.
And the bureau like hides behind our sun, right? Like we don't ever see it.
Yeah, so supposedly every 3,600 years it comes into our solar system and knocks something out of either the Oort cloud, because it's either part of the Oort cloud or it orbits just outside the Oort cloud. So it comes in and knocks either something and creates a comet or something from the Mars, because between Mars and Jupiter there's an asteroid belt, and sometimes it supposedly knocks one of them off and either comes close enough to Earth to hit or hits another planet. Well, this planet comes in and they need our gold. So they find this primate species, okay? It's pre-Bigfoot, pre-human. It's basically kind of like Cro-Magnon man or around there. It's still a primate, it's got hair. They genetically modify it, create humans, but I'm thinking in the process they may have created the Bigfoot. So we've got two species now on Earth. We've got Bigfoot, we've got humans. So this is basically where the theory spins off from the Zachariah Sitchin theory, but basically the theory stems from them using the same species of primate that accidentally created the Bigfoot. So Bigfoot is as smart as us, but he can't communicate like us. He can't talk, but he can still do everything. He's sentient, right? So he's full of hair. He's not afraid to be naked, like Adam and Eve and everything.
Ooh.
So you think about it, he just lives in the woods. He lives all over the planet now because we used to be connected via the land bridge 10,000 years ago. So you think the Native Americans came to North America, and what did they find? They find Bigfoot. It's in a lot of Native Americans' past and history and culture that there was another race here that they respected.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I just want to say that like there's been a lot of proof lately about like they're constantly discovering like in humans like little ancestry tree or whatever, babe.
Sorry.
in the little tree of humans, like new species, I suppose. And
I'll be right back.
can you like turn? This is so distracting.
What's going on?
CM Punk is coming out.
Oh.
Literally like coming out on WWE, and Chris has lost all interest in recording the podcast. Wow. Anyways, as I was trying to say, there's been all kinds of like proof of just different, like they had no idea that all these different types of humans and subhumans and whatever, like our tree has branched out so many different ways. It's just cool. They're learning more and more and more.
I did you a favor today because I knew you were gonna do Bigfoot. I got you a Bigfoot call. Do you want me to play it for you right now?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh shit! That was the wrong one. Sorry. I'll play you the real one right now.
These nuts.
Fuck.
Got him!
I guess I recorded the wrong stuff. Sorry.
No, you didn't. I see how-
Anyways, go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
So, where was I? I was talking about how they split off. We were separate species. Oh, the land bridge. So, the Native Americans and everything, like all the different tribes of Native Americans, all talk about this other species being out there that they gave like sacrifices to, that they gave gifts and all that, and that they lived in harmony with. Well, if you go down to the Mayans, who lived basically in the South Americas around the same time that you had the Native Americans up north, they also dealt with some sort of being. So I'm also thinking that maybe Bigfoot is also an alien, that maybe they aren't of the earth,
Like
that
Chewbacca.
they act. Yeah. I mean, George Lucas obviously got inspiration from Bigfoot for Chewbacca, but I mean, it's not far fetched that there is an alien race out there that could be hairy, a primate like species that blends in to our environment and then just like watches us. So he
Oh,
could be an
Predator.
alien, he could
Predator.
be
Yeah.
a predator. Well, I mean, there are enough humans, and there are some humans that nobody really talks about or talks to and stuff that disappear. So who knows? But I would consider him more of a friendly creature, only because there are people out there that claim to know them and live by them, and because even on in the U.S., there's a bunch of forests where it's uninhabited. People do go out there. They may have a cabin or something, and then they just interact with the wildlife. And obviously, Bigfoot could be part of that. And there was a man that was on one of these History Channel documentaries about Bigfoot, where he said that he got up there and he lived up there for 30 years with his family, and they would bring down the babies, let him hold them and stuff, and he would talk to them. They obviously didn't speak English, but they taught him certain ways to fish, and it was just interesting that
What?
I'm like,
I
okay,
heard that before. I
Tell
know
me
what
more
yeah,
you're
about that.
talking about.
yeah. See, this was many years ago that I saw this, but he actually interacted with them. He did things with them. He traded with them and
Well,
stuff.
that is highly disappointing because I was hoping that if Bigfoot were real, that he would be some fucking giant murderer and rip people's limbs off and shit like that.
Well, the thing is, I mean, there's humans like that. So you got your good humans and your bad. I bet you there's probably a bad one out there that's like that.
You know who is actually a Bigfoot? And I'm being dead serious. You remember that movie Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
Remember Happy Gilmore's
Yes.
boss? I mean, he could be a Bigfoot. Dude is fucking massive.
And obviously, I was always enthralled in Bigfoot for two reasons. One, Henry and the Hendersons,
I love that
or
movie.
Harry and the Hendersons, I mean. Uh, my favorite part in it was with John Lithgow, because there was a part where his dad is yelling at him to make the drawing angrier, and he didn't want to. He hated it, and he still did it. And then you see Harry, and he looks at it, and he goes, "This isn't me." So he rips up the paper. That got me. And then there was an episode of Unsolved Mysteries that I cannot watch to this day. It scares the shit out of me.
Oh man, that show
Uh,
always scared me as a
I
kid.
hated the music in that show, dude. It made me
yes,
piss my
yes.
pants.
And I remember I had just drank grape juice from this because I remember the taste of it coming back up. This scared me so much I threw up.
Close those
And
blinds.
No, it's hot. It's hot in here. I got the window
I'm
open.
scared.
so my mom, my sister, who at the time was still alive, and my dad's at work. He worked nights, so the three of us. It's probably around this time of night, about close to 11, maybe earlier. It's a weekend, so we could stay up. We're watching this episode, and what comes on? You see this family, and they're talking and everything, and they're saying that they're scared of this thing outside. And so they could talk about the footprints outside and everything, and then you hear a scream from this creature, and you can see the footprints in the snow the next morning. Well, because of all of that, I got so scared. I was sick from it. And then shortly after that, my dad buys this movie called Incident at Boggy Creek. And it's about a Bigfoot based on a real story. So it's based on where this family lives in like this house in the middle of the woods, and this Bigfoot terrorizes the house. And you can hear it try to break in and stuff. And I mean, I've been afraid of big feet ever since then. And I try to plural it. Bigfoots didn't seem right in my head.
So wait, this big, giant, hairy motherfucker tries to break into the house? Come
Oh, he
on.
does. You can see his hand break in and stuff, and the windows break, and the guy gets shot and stuff. Well, the Bigfoot does in the movie, but yeah. Ever since then, I'm just like, okay, and even now, there may now not be any physical evidence that we have seen, but the government probably has taken any physical evidence, and they don't want us to know.
Oh, I remember
Just
an
like
episode of oh shit. What was that show called? With Josh Josh Gates.
Destination Earth.
Destination Truth.
That's it.
Destination Truth, where they were on the hunt for Bigfoot and they found this fur on a tree and they had it tested and it came back as an unknown primate.
I think I
Whoa.
remember seeing that. Yeah, and then because I remember my favorite person on there was Jair,
I love that
and she
show.
was there. Yep, I missed that show.
He has
And
another
then
show.
yeah, he does. And then he was like a guest host of Ghost Hunters a few times.
Mm.
But that's basically my theory and everything.
It exists now only as part of a
So
neural
mine
interactive
actually,
simulation.
there's just like with your theories, there's so many that come together that could be part of it or
Yeah.
just separately. There's just so many that could come together and be the same theory.
Now, if we were to do another
Yeah.
show like this again, what would you guys pick for your next one?
I would do Skinwalker Ranch.
Bermuda Triangle. I am a science nerd and I know almost everything about the Bermuda Triangle. I would definitely do that.
I would pick the moon landing because there ain't no fucking way we ever been there.
Conspiracies, man. Always a trip.
There's too many.
What are your thoughts, nerds? Hit us up on Twitter and let us know your wildest conspiracy theories.
She means X.
No, as I previously said, fuck face Elon Musk. I will not call it X. It's Twitter.
I know. I was just throwing that out there.
All right, so the next part of this beautiful nerdy podcast, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. I have been playing a lot of WoW, but also I finally got the game that I spoke of last week, which was Dave the Diver, and it was on sale for their little Black Friday sale in Steam, and I got it for I think $15.
$15.99 or $14.99. I can't remember.
But actually, I think I paid 20 because I got the DLC bundle. But yeah, I got that, and I've been playing it at night after I'm done playing WoW, and I've really been enjoying it. There's a lot, and you know what? You look at it, and it's like some games are like super easy. They're still fun, but they're easy. It's actually there's some difficult parts. Like it took me a little bit to like kill a couple of the bosses and try to figure it out. But that's like the thing that I like about it, I think is pretty cool, is you have to like figure out the things. And I just unlocked like a little like a fish breeding area. So like now I can like breed my fish so I don't have to go and do a bunch of fishing to for the sushi bar, and there's recipes to unlock, and you got like a phone, and you have like this app that's like Instagram, but it's like cook stuff. There's so many different things to do in this game. It's unreal. And I'm only like just into chapter 2. I don't know how many chapters are in it, but it's really fun.
You know what else you're going to be doing? Replacing that space bar because you beating the living shit out of it.
Well, yeah, there's like sometimes when you're fishing and you're like harpooning like a big fish, it'll pop up and it'll like want you to like hit the space bar a bunch of times. Other times, if like a shark or something is coming at you and it's about to like be a critical hit, it'll pop up like a random button, and if you hit that button in time, then you get to dodge it. Sometimes it'll be like press like S and D or A and W or things like that to, get good hits and stuff. So they're just random.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. What have you been playing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm still hopelessly addicted to Diablo 4 lately. Season 2 is still good. I got my Necro to level 74, and World Tier 4 is very fun. Lots of good loot. Very dense mob packs, which makes the game a lot of fun. One thing that sucks, though, is I'm not playing a Bone Spear build, but Bone Spear gear keeps dropping, and it's a little bit frustrating because it's not what I want to play. Also, been playing Marvel Snap a whole lot. I recently got 2 very good cards for my Destroy deck. I got Null and X23. These cards have made a huge difference in my Destroy win rate, and I have beaten Gold Conquest with this deck 3 times. Also got an Nihilus, and he's fun because you could really fuck people over and troll them by sending negative cards to their board. It's very toxic and lots of rage quits, and it's hilarious.
What about you, Josh?
Fortnite. Playing Fortnite.
Fortnite.
And then almost every day I even dream about it. I play Marvel Snap.
What's in the Fortnite shop today?
Today I'm actually on the game, so let's see. If I go to the shop, we've got Star Wars. We've got Anakin, Padme. We've got Stormtroopers. Did I say stone? I meant Stormtroopers. Kylo Ren is in here, and then they've got some random like soccer stuff going on because the soccer stuff's going on. And now there's like these are actually kind of cool. I don't know who Guardians of the Globe are, but they look like cartoon like superheroes. I mean, they
Guardians
actually
of the
look freaking
Globe?
yeah. It looks
Isn't
like
that from
something that the three,
Omni-Man?
but that's the
I
three.
don't know.
This looks like that's what the three of us should have. Like I
Isn't
could be
Guardians
this.
of the Globe who Omni-Man killed?
Yeah, I think you're right. Let me do a quick little goggle here.
Is it Omni-Man in the fucking Fortnite shop?
It's Omni Man, yeah.
Wow,
Invincible,
babe, good
Omni Man,
catch.
and
That
Adam
went
Eve.
right past me.
Oh shit! I
I had
might
to
have
boot up
to.
Fortnite.
Because I was thinking I could be Omni Man, Chris could be Invincible, and then this thing could be Adam Eve.
Do you watch the show, Josh?
No, but these
You
It's a
look
should.
good
cool.
show. You should watch it. We've been watching it. It's really good.
I can't get enough of
Called
it.
Invincible.
I'm
I
actually
really
mad
like
because
it.
they release it like weekly, and I just want to binge the shit out of it, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. They
And
do.
now there's this thing it says from chapter 2, season 1, her name's Shiver. She really looks cool. She's like an incubus. She's a succubus. Uh Basically but with ice. And she's got like a tail and stuff. She looks like she looks like if you were to play World of Warcraft, I've seen.
Sorry, I'm still like in awe of the Invincible stuff. That's so
Um
cool. Yeah, they're all over the place. They're being featured in like tons of games right now.
The show's a massive hit.
It is.
there's a dude's head that you can have as a back piece.
Yeah, that's isn't that the head of one of the Guardians of the Globe?
I don't know.
I can't remember. So, what about you nerds? Any game recommendations or stories to share? Drop us a line on Twitter, not X. Alex.
Did you just say drop us a line?
Drop us a line.
Oh my god.
So, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the Black Friday sales haul. What did we snag or wish that we would have snagged?
I'll go first. This morning, Black Friday fever has taken over my soul.
Even though it's Saturday.
Yeah, but the sales are still going all weekend. I woke up this morning and I wanted to buy a new monitor, but it's not a monitor. It's a TV. It's a 42-inch LG C3 OLED. And I was going to replace both my monitors with just that one. I have an OLED TV, like for our, regular TV watching. Wow. I can't describe to you how real shit looks and how crisp and clear everything is on an OLED. And I want to play my fucking PC games on one. However, I was told no. I was also told I was a terrible person. And there are some things I just don't need in life. And this TV was one of them. And I was scalded.
I did not do any of the above. I told you you didn't need it. Your monitors are both very large and you just got them. And if you want to experience playing your computer on an OLED, fucking hook it up to this TV right here.
She pulled out her whip and she beat me mercilessly. I didn't know what to do. In fear for my life, I settled for a mouse.
I told him, you can buy whatever you want, but for Christmas present from me, I'm not buying it because you don't need it.
This is what I do. I just want the coolest tech because I'm a fucking dork. I get on Reddit and I look at everybody who has this as their monitor and I just get jealous because it's so beautiful.
But then you would miss having two monitors.
I would. I also seen that it was a stupid idea, and thanks for telling me no, Master.
You're welcome. What did I get or want to get? I got Alex 399. He is Alex 398. Would predecessor be the correct term? He's a shark. iRobot vacuum. He self empties, and yes, it's a he. I'm not assuming his gender. That's what he is.
He's a
And
robosexual.
anyways, I love him. And when he got here, I told my son Peyton to stop being jealous of his new brother. And he's hooked up and he's charging. And he did half of the living room before I let him charge and take a break. I really love him. That's what happens when you turn over 40. You like little robot vacuums.
Not me. I wanted a
Anyways,
TV.
so I got him and I got myself another vacuum that is like a handheld type one that I can vacuum the furniture with easily and the stairs. And I got a new coat and a bunch of Christmas presents for my kids, which I can't say on here because then, they might hear it. So I pretty much got all my Christmas shopping done. Okay. Well, that's what I got. Josh, you hit any sales?
Uh, other than buying a few movies through Movies Anywhere, I mean, they had a huge sale on movies, so I ended up buying Jurassic. They were all like $4.99. So I bought Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, the extended version of Jurassic World Dominion. I got the X Files, Rise of the Guardians, Big, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. All for $4.99 each. So
Big, the Tom Hanks movie.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and
Oh, go ahead.
um, and then I haven't paid for them yet, but I was ordering things off of Temu. So I love Temu. I know a lot of people say that there's things going on with it, but right now I haven't been affected, so I'm still shopping.
What is this Timu shit?
That's what I
It
get
it's
myself.
like
I
Wish.
do.
It's basically Wish, but
Put your
cheaper.
stuff in
Because
and it gets here quicker.
yeah, it gets here quicker, and you don't pay at all for shipping at all. And I've bought many earrings for my ears, and they all work and fit and are perfect, and I can wear them, and they don't like erode in my ears like the stuff like the $30 earrings I bought from Kohl's. They rusted in my ears. These have not yet. So even though
Yeah,
it's cheap stuff,
I've
you know,
gotten
I oh,
shoes,
keychain.
shirts, hoodies,
Yeah, I've gotten socks.
watches, phone case, all
Yep.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you can get.
I'll
Oh, I've gotten
pass.
a register from there. I'm very happy with Temu. So
Speaking of, you said Kohl's. Didn't you say Kohl's? I think you said Kohl's. Oh, the earrings. I had Kohl's Cash, and I got a new pair of shoes and a pair of pants for free. So
yeah, that's cool.
don't forget about your Kohl's Cash. Anybody got anything else?
I love lamp.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
Rise from your grave.
I am, in fact, right now as we're talking, looking on Amazon for Legend of Zelda hoodies in my size, and I cannot find any. I can wear
They probably
3X now, and
they
they're all
probably
2X
still
or
have
smaller.
they probably still have Black Friday deals and stuff
Oh,
going on.
oh, they even have Cyber Monday deals right now starting. Because you know how
Yeah.
Cyber Monday they have everything, so
Check
don't
out their
forget about that.
lightning deals. I like those because you can claim them if like it'll tell you how many were claimed. And just like that, we've reached the end of another nerdy shit adventure. Don't
Mhm.
forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Nerdy Shit Pod and on YouTube at Nerdy Shit Podcast. And keep the nerdy vibe strong until next time. Peace out, Nerdy Nation.
Goodbye, bitches.
Love ya.